Hey everyone, Mr. MC here. This is a lap guide for Red Bull Ring with the Mazda3 Group 4 on the racing medium tires. Partial tuning is enabled, so I will show it in a moment, and then I'll go on over to the lap guide. So, oh my goodness, so this car is pretty understeery, and I'm not a big fan of that, so I kind of took it to the extreme where I softened the heck out of the front suspension and stiffened the heck out of the rear suspension, and kind of took it to the extreme as well with the differential gear to try to make this car a bit more oversteery. So I'm just trying to make this car want to turn a bit more, even setting the brake balance all the way to the back of the car so it's at +5. And yeah, I kind of just min-maxed things out. It's a bit of a silly tune in my opinion, but I mean it kind of works, so maybe it's not as silly as I think it is. And yeah, I just really want this thing to turn a bit more, but with it being a front wheel drive, it's not the easiest to get this car to turn, especially when you're going around the track. You have to be really considerate about when you want to get on the throttle so you don't understeer off the track. But going over to the lap guide, bring yourself towards the left side of the track, and you can actually go a bit further to the left, and you're braking right before you reach the 100-meter board. Make your way down to third gear and turn in just as you reach the 50-meter board. Ease off of the brakes as you're turning in, so doing a bit of trail braking. And notice here that there are moments where I let the car coast for a moment, so no braking, no throttle input. That way the car can turn a bit more, the car can point where I want to go a bit faster, and then I can get on the throttle. And again, that's going to be something that I'm going to be doing quite a bit, especially with this car because it's a pretty understeery car. Doesn't really like to turn. Bring yourself towards the left, brake right before you reach the 100-meter board again. So this is right as the new sector starts, full braking power, and turn in before the curb on the left ends. Go down to second gear for more rotation, but exit on third gear. And you want to be really careful getting on the throttle so you don't understeer off of the track. So you want to gradually get on the throttle so you can still get that bit more rotation, and then once the car's pointing where you want to go, you'll be at full acceleration. Anyways, brake just before you reach the 100-meter board again, full braking power, and make your way down to second gear. You're going down to second gear for more rotation, but you'll exit on third gear. Again, just easing off of the brakes as you're turning in, doing a bit of trail braking, nice and careful getting back on the throttle so you don't understeer off of the track. Again, this is a front wheel drive, so it's pretty understeery. Then brake before you reach the 50-meter board. You're going to gradually make your way towards the left side of the track, so you kind of want to hug this turn, so kind of just climbing onto the curbs right here. Going down to third gear for more rotation. Make your way up to fourth gear, nice and careful getting back on the throttle. Take advantage of the red and white curbs as they are still within track limits. Then brake right as the curb on the right ends. And just as you start to brake, turn in right away and make your way down to third gear for more rotation. Then you can exit on fourth gear and just be really careful with your throttle input. You want to try to seamlessly make your way towards the right side of the track. Then bring yourself towards the left. Brake right after the 100-meter board, so it's going to be at around the 85-ish meter mark where you want to brake. Turn in just as you pass the 50-meter board, doing a bit of trail braking. Nice and careful getting back on the throttle, take advantage of the red and white curbs. Finally, brake just before the Austrian flag on the left ends. Quick burst of braking, go down to third gear for more rotation. Back up to fourth gear as you exit the turn and make your way to the start finish line. We'll go through this again, but this time I will not stop the video. Alright, so here we are getting ready to start the lap. So as you saw just now, just barely missing out on a 133. Brake before the 100-meter board, go down to third gear, let the car coast for a moment so the car can rotate a bit more, and you want to gradually get back on the throttle, being a bit careful on turn 1 because it's really easy to understeer and turn 1 is a bit bumpy, so you want to be aware of that. Bring yourself towards the left, brake just before the 100-meter board, so this is where the new sector starts. Going down to second gear for more rotation, but exit on third gear, nice and careful getting back on the throttle, not being too aggressive so you don't understeer off of the track. Then you're going to want to make your way towards the left side of the track, once again braking before the 100-meter board, and just like in the previous turn, make your way down to second gear for more rotation. Exit on third gear, nice and careful getting back on the throttle once again so you don't understeer off of the track. Bring yourself towards the right, brake before the 50-meter board, go down to third gear for more rotation, and you can exit on fourth gear. Just be nice and careful getting back on the throttle so you don't understeer off of the track. I know I've said that about 100 times. And again, down to third gear, fourth gear as you exit the turn, just trying to be nice and careful with your throttle, trying to be a bit seamless through there. Bring yourself towards the left, brake just after the 100-meter board, turn in at the 50-meter board, and just being really careful with your inputs. Brake before the Austrian flag on the left ends, down to third gear for more rotation, up to fourth gear as you exit the turn, and there we go. And yeah, just barely missing on 133s. Yeah, it is possible, but I kind of just got tired of this combination really quickly, so I'm gonna go ahead and sign off now. So this is Mr. Messier, and I'll see you in the next video.